We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Ha ha ha! Merry Christmas! Ha ha!
On with the show, this is it.
Hello, 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 and how are you? I'm fine, I'm fine. I hope that you are too, all of you.
Well, what are we doing today? What are we doing? Where's my security blanket? Where's my security blanket? Well, everybody's got some kind of security blanket. Could be. Everyone needs some love today. A good hug away from each other. Now let's get on with the VR. Okay.
This is my fourth VR for THA Card Story. I've already done 3 different VRs already. And so this one here is correlating into, showing about what's your hobby, what kind of sport you like. But he wants you to show the second sport. Okay, I'm going to show you a little bit of both, okay? Of course, my favorite is baseball. So, of course, Charlie Brown likes baseball, right? Well, this will give you a hint of what, when I was a kid, the second sport I loved. Okay, I loved basketball, all right? And as a child, I'm sorry I don't have any players from, the 80s, When I was a kid, I used to love, what was his name? Michael Jordan and a few other players. I mean, those guys were awesome. And, I have a couple cards, all right? And these are also players that I've, know a little bit about. Not as much like as Michael Jordan. But I used to love basketball when I was a kid, besides baseball and wrestling. This one here is from the 90s. And I used to really like it, pretty much playing it in the 70s and 80s. I used to love playing it. I also like to play football as well. But sorry, I didn't have any Michael Jordan cards. Wish I did, but sorry. But as a child, I really loved basketball. I loved American football. I like playing rugby. And, my favorite sports. Now I like wrestling, sumo, and stuff like that as well. But as far as my favorite players now, of course, Showtime. And he's giving actually a Shohei Ohtani pop, so it's kind of funny because Shohei Ohtani is definitely my favorite player. So it's kind of funny. And quite a few people pulling really nice Shohei Ohtani cards lately. The card and this card almost similar. Just, I guess one's a short print. I'm not sure exactly what. But, of course, next would be probably Mike Trout. But, definitely Shohei Ohtani. The reason I like Shohei Ohtani is, he does both. He does pitching and batting. And, the Japanese, they really love to clean. So even like they had the soccer games going on, the fans were cleaning the stadium after the games. And Shohei Ohtani is actually the only player, believe it or not, that he cleans after a game, as well as many of the Japanese fans. They'll sit there and they'll clean up the stadium, which is really nice. This is, like I said, my favorite. I'm sorry I didn't have any cards from these MLB cards. I had 6 of them, and I gave 5 away to the kids at the hospital. Man, they're so happy. I also gave away, I had 3 Mike Trouts, so I gave 2 of those away. And man, it really lightened up the kids' days. And then another one's where I had like duplicates, 2 or 3. I gave one of those away, and it made the kids so happy. This one's, I wish I had a cover for it. I just started getting into soccer. As a kid, we didn't have soccer. We had a game called Speedaway. So I didn't know much about soccer. But, I also love starting to learn about hockey right now. I have a few football cards, a few, maybe 4 or 5 basketball cards, quite a few football. I liked football, but it's more like playing. I think now with the age, I like watching more. Not young like I used to be. So this collection is coming out. One of these cards I gave away, as well as a couple others that I had duplicates. Like I said, if you can make a kid happy, it's worth it. Just got hold of another Stars of the MLB. It's funny, is right after I give some away, boom, I got one more. Just received this one. And then, of course, this one here. All right. I hope this is good enough for your VR, my friend. Please subscribe to THA Card Story. Say that God His Grace sent you. And remember, it's showtime! Spread the love, everybody. Spread the love. I'm out.